Andy Katz here for NCAA.com and March Madness with a look at the college basketball players in the NBA Summer League. The championship out in Las Vegas between Memphis and Minnesota pits two players that were not the highest touted players of those respective teams. Brandon Clarke of Memphis, Naz Reid of Minnesota. So you got Memphis taking on Minnesota in the NBA Summer League final. Ja Morant for Memphis not playing in the Summer League. Neither is Jarrett Culver for Minnesota. And yet, Brandon Clarke, I'm not surprised at all that he's putting up double-double numbers. That's exactly what he did for Gonzaga. He had a transferable skill from the Zags to the NBA. Runs the floor well, rebounds, protects the rim, does a little bit of everything, and he's doing it here in Summer League. I know it's not against players that he might be playing against in the NBA, but he's proving himself that he's got a skill set that will transfer to the NBA. Now, Naz Reid went undrafted on draft night out of LSU. Very disappointing and really surprising because you would have thought that he would have gotten drafted because of his skill set, his ability to be a big man who can step out, make big shots, can be around the rim. He did all that for the Tigers, and now he's doing that for Minnesota. We'll see if he can stick with the Timberwolves after playing very well here in the Summer League. So those are two of my standouts in the NBA Summer League from college basketball. A couple others that you'll see on NCAA.com and March Madness that I wanted to recognize in Summer League from college basketball in this latest draft. Carson Edwards. I knew it. I told everyone. I think I was right on this one unequivocally. He just got a 4-year contract from the Celtics. He could play right away in the NBA. Look what he did in the NCAA tournament. It was phenomenal. Okay, no one can doubt the run he had getting Purdue within a whisker in overtime of getting to the Final Four before they lost to Virginia. He's putting up over 40. He put on a show. He's taking NBA threes in college basketball, so it should be no surprise what he did for Purdue. So Carson Edwards with the Celtics. He'll be a great replacement for Kemba Walker coming off the bench. Daniel Gafford and Kobe White with the Chicago Bulls. Gafford from Arkansas doing exactly what he did for the Razorbacks, running the floor, blocking shots, finishing at the rim. Kobe White running the floor as a playmaker like he did for North Carolina, and now for the Bulls in Summer League. Both looking exceptionally well. Nick Alexander-Walker out of Virginia Tech helped lead them to the Sweet 16, now playing well or did play well for the New Orleans Pelicans. He will make an impact on that roster next season in the NBA. Jackson Hayes, who didn't play in the NIT for Texas, and yet he's around the rim. He's making things happen, certainly doing all that for the Pelicans as well. So Hayes and Alexander Walker, two great pickups for New Orleans in this draft, played well in Summer League. Taco Fall, I hope he makes the Celtics or is on some roster. At 7'7", he makes things happen. He alters shots. He blocks shots. Look, he was only averaging about a dozen minutes a game. He scored 7 points, 4 boards, over a block a game. He was a difference maker when he's on the floor for UCF, and now this past July for the Celtics. Hopefully Taco can find a spot on an NBA roster, if not the Celtics. He deserves it. Two other players of note, Braz Degas from Michigan, second-round pick. I think he was disappointed by that. Certainly played well for the Knicks in July. Same amount of points as R.J. Barrett, 15 a game. He's a hard worker. He hustles. He'll win the 50-50 balls in the NBA. Okay? That's the kind of impact he'll have for the Knicks. And then I hope this player makes it. Chris Clemens from Campbell, a 3,000-point-plus scorer in college basketball. He lit up for the Houston Summer League team, over 20 a game. That's the kind of player that can translate in the NBA. He's a scorer in college basketball, and I think he can be a scorer in the NBA off the bench. And if he sticks with Houston, there's some scorers on that roster as well. James Harden, Russell Westbrook. We'll see if Chris Clemens can make it stick. All right, so that's my look at college basketball players as they translated this past Summer League in Las Vegas. You got Memphis, Minnesota for the NBA Summer League title. Look out for Brandon Clarke and Naz Reid.